running out.
Pushing the wrong side. The press and the Down Beach Current were notified of the special meeting. Copy of same was posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building. You don't hear us?
Let me see.
And on the municipal website. I won't have to do it again.
Push the button. You got it? All right.
Okay. Can you hear me now? No.
You know what, let me turn the other one on.
Maybe that one's not on.
So on-off switch on the back, then, thank you.
Don't bill us.
Are we better? Cool. Okay. Meeting will come to order. Would you please stand for the flag salute? Attention salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tom, would you call the roll?
Mr. Becker.
Here.
Mr. Blumberg.
Here.
Ms. Talby.
Here.
Quick comment before we start, because obviously we didn't do a very good job advertising this meeting. The commissioners have scheduled another meeting, which will be Saturday, the 23rd of August, here at this time. Okay? Having said that, if anyone wants to address the commission, please use this time to do it. Any questions, comments?
Might be the fastest meeting in history. What a shock.
Aaron Simon, 424 North Thurlow Avenue. Could you start advertising that meeting, like starting this coming Thursday and letting people know? Because some of the people, need a little advance notice.
We have instructed Tom that'll begin on Monday.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And Sharon, I learned that Fred was, I guess he hurt his back, and we didn't get the robocall out that we'd hoped to yesterday. But yeah, Tom suggested that we put it on Facebook, and Joy can promote it for us on Facebook. Fred will get back, we'll do the robocall, or maybe we can learn how to do the robocall if Fred's not here and promote it.
Even if you had gotten it in the paper to announce it on a Thursday, 2 days before, and last week at the meeting, I did ask about it, and I was told it's in planning. So I don't know who decided between Thursday and whenever to have a meeting without any notice. It's just, there's a lot of summer people that are not happy. I'll just let you know that. They heard word of mouth, and they're like, I can't come, so.
Okay, thank you for your comments. Anyone else?
I have a quick question related to the robocall, because I don't know much about it. Tom, Brenda, Mike, does the robocall go out to taxpayers, residents? Who's on that list?
According to Fred, it's everybody that registered a few years back.
Registered to vote or registered?
People registered
signed up.
for the
For the robo.
Yes.
They had to sign up for that.
And according to Fred, there's not a lot of...
Now, I would like to
outside area
also,
codes.
I've heard a lot of comments on the robocalls. Tom, you can relay this to Fred for me. We've got to find a way so that when they make that call, it doesn't come up emergency Margate City. People are very upset. Maybe it's just Margate City, get rid of the emergency.
Is that on the caller ID or is that...
That's on the caller ID. Okay? That's not a good thing. People are upset. Okay?
Well, and since we're talking about the robocalls, the other thing is that we ought to have some type of consensus on what we're robocalling and what we're not, so that the people that are getting them aren't ignored and or going to ignore them.
What's happened real quickly, Fred told me, is that, and I didn't know this initially, that this robocall thing was through it's a company, I forget the name of it, or organization, and it's supposed to be for emergencies. Now, we've started to use it for what we thought were good public events, like 4th of July or whatever. We may want to think about having a separate, the robocall is an emergency thing. So if we're going to do announcements, I think we got to talk about
Good
that.
idea. Got to find something.
Yeah, and you know what, a little foresight too, because, you know, if we have the 4th of July fireworks, and then the next week we might have, you know, a workshop, so if we could just think, rather than make, you know, a lot of single calls, like, you know, just plan and look ahead and see if we can, you know, do double duty on one message.
One more thing on robocalls. I feel there should be some sort of approval system whereby we just aren't making robocalls because somebody wants a robocall, so.
Well,
that could-
I
that
will
could
say
be
this,
determined.
Fred will not make it without an email from one of you three. He does not make any robocalls without an email from one of you three.
I personally have never sent that email.
Okay, well, I think, you know,
Okay.
Maury has, I think, and here and there for one, and maybe Brenda has.
Anybody in the public want to talk about anything?
Robocalls.
Beat the robocalls to death, but I was wondering, since a lot of taxpayers aren't signed up, whether they could, is there a way to contact them, to some of the residents who are taxpayers and not signed up for that?
What would be the best way?
I think we need to have a big discussion on all this. I think the robo thing was an emergency thing we did 3 years ago. We're fast forward to this now. I think we need to have a separate discussion.
Okay, but Mr. Grossman's,
That
statement is
Fred
good.
has to,
How do we contact Mr. Grossman, who's not here all week?
there's where we need Fred. I mean, not Fred, but we need
I
we need
signed
some.
up, so I'm okay.
I understand
In
that.
fact, I got like 3 robocalls for Lucy's birthday, yeah. I was wondering, is this appropriate now to discuss the dune situation and bring us up to date, or you want to wait and do it at the
You can
meeting?
talk about whatever you want,
Whatever
so
you
if you want
talk
to share
about.
something now while you're here,
I'd just
go
like
for
to
it.
hear where we stand. I know you know, there was executive session which reviewed the opinions, and is there any, has something happened since then?
When we came out of executive session, Lan decided to make the opinions public. It's on the website, I believe. We had paper copies of it.
But not on the website.
It's not?
It didn't get up.
Why not?
How could it not get up?
I asked a few times.
It will be on the website, okay? Do we have
I made
copies?
20 copies available at the tax office counter,
Have them
and we
now?
gave them to the two media. Yeah, they're available now.
Can you get
Yes.
copies? Okay.
Yes.
I apologize. I thought it was on the website. There are copies. It will be on the website. And Mr. Gottlieb can attest to this. We said we would take public comment and input at the meeting on the 7th. If you have any other comments before or after that, we could also have this other meeting, Saturday meeting on the 23rd. I apologize. I thought everybody had a copy of that. That was the intent of our executive session.
You know, and last week I noticed it wasn't on our website, so I emailed Fred and Rich. Just to clarify, who is putting things on the website now? Who did you ask, Tom?
I believe Fred. Okay.
So I take it that there's nothing that's happened after the,
Nothing happened after that. We decided to go public with the opinions, which, Tom, can you get that? So
Absolutely.
before this meeting is over, you'll have a copy of that.
okay, thank you.
Dan Gottlieb, 407 North Nassau. I just want to go on the record as saying that I sent an email to all three of you, I believe it was yesterday. I've had an opportunity to discuss this with Mayor Becker and Commissioner Talby prior to the meeting. And I can't influence the media on how to report things, and I'm not up here to do that. I just wanted to say that my email was responded to in 10 minutes by Commissioner Blumberg. And I think I posed some respectful and some respectful questions in a diplomatic way, which I have always tried to do. Commissioner Blumberg, I thank you for your response that came back in 10 minutes. Mayor Becker and Commissioner Talby, Not only did I email you both, but I texted you both. Perhaps I should have called or Brenda knocked on your door, but I try not to bother you, during time of family time. But I knew, and Commissioner Blumberg supported my opinion, that there was no notification or any, I shouldn't say there was no notification, there was very little notification. And I think you can look around the room and proves my point. And I feel that there was, this was handled poorly for our summer residents who have expressed an interest in meeting you, discussing issues with you that go beyond the big issue that's in town right now, that I'm passionate about. And it just doesn't, it doesn't look good. And I want to thank you for rescheduling for August 23rd. And I am sure that based on the initiatives that you have decided to take today, that there will be a much bigger turnout in this room on that day. So thank you for that, and I appreciate you making this forum available, and I'm sure we've all learned from the mistake. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Anyone else?
Mike, I just have, before we close, I have two things. First of all, I heard from three or four business people yesterday that were part of the Fox 29 celebration that we had. I want to thank the people that were involved in that. I want to thank the folks at Boca. I especially want to thank Tom for the relationship that he has with Fox, and I also think when we need them, we get NBC here. So, Tom, thanks for your help in making Margate look great. The second thing I wanted to say is I think we have a little bit of a learning curve that we're trying to get over related to this website and its content and how we access it and who puts up and who doesn't. I know that Fred is trying and working hard to make that the best it can be. So I think that that's going to be a work in progress, is what I understand. So that's all I have.
Thank you very much. Brenda, do you have anything?
No.
I have nothing. Is there a motion? Anybody else want to talk?
I'll make that motion that,
I just have a suggestion about the website, because I've been on it a little bit. In the old
Could you
website,
come to them?
in the old website, it was clear where you found things, and this one's great, and it looks really good. But when I went on to even see if the letters were there, I really couldn't figure out where to look. It has commission meetings, and that part's really great. I think that it's better, you can find it. But I went into city documents, and that's not where the other city documents, it didn't have the same kind of city documents. So when you go to put these letters up, it's like, where would they be? So I just wanted to say that, so.
I think we're all in agreement there. I've spoken to Fred a couple days ago. As Maury said, this is a work in progress. We've made some changes with commission meetings and recordings of minutes. So if you have any suggestions, get them to one of us or to Fred.
Okay.
And we'll try and get it
And
done.
like the letters that we got from Commissioner Martin, those are things that people are looking for. I think someone even asked about it at the last meeting, those kind of things.
Those things have been available. Are they not on the web?
I don't know, because
I don't know
can't,
either. They should be.
I don't know where to find them.
Okay.
That's,
And it really is, we have to make a priority to get these opinions on the website, because our residents need time to access and digest them before our August 6th meeting. So if we can make that priority with Fred, if Fred can't do it, maybe Ed Berger can, but we need to get them online.
I agree wholeheartedly. We all obviously thought they were on the web. Okay, anything else? Who's buying breakfast?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I
Second that.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Blumberg?
Yes.
Mr. Stalby?
Yes.
Thank you all.